Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy MMA Propaholic, and I'm back with another breakdown for UFC Vegas 66. And I'm going to be breaking down Julian Marquez versus Darian Winn. I think I said his first name right. If I fucked that up, I'm sorry. But Winn is 1 year older, and my God, he is at an 8-inch height disadvantage, and he is at a 2-inch reach disadvantage. Winn trains out of AKA and Marquez trains out of Glory MMA. And Marquez has two more professional fights. He is 9-3, and Winn has a 7-3 record. Both average 7 minutes in the cage, and Marquez has one more UFC fight than Winn. Marquez, the Cuban Missile Crisis, finishing 100% of his fights. And Winn, who is a 0% finish rate in the UFC, but has finished outside in his regional scene, 50% of his fights by knockout. Um, yeah, guys. Winn, I was kind of stacked when I went to go look at the stats after I did the tape here because Winn actually throws one more significant strike more than Julian Marquez and is landing 4.55, and Marquez is landing at 4.18. But it's Marquez who just has more power by a long shot. Julian Marquez, guys, is like a fighter you just don't want to fight because he will just never stop walking forward. He reminds me of Nikolai um Negreanu. He reminds me of him because like Nikolai, like the way Nikolai, I started with his last name too. These last names I am terrible with, guys. I probably should have just said Nikolai, but Nikolai, like the way Nikolai fights is he just walks forward and he eats like strikes with his face, and that's exactly what Marquez does too. Like Marquez will not stop walking forward at you, and all he will do is just throw swinging bombs. He throws overhands, and his striking defense is 51%, and Winn at 46% is brutal. But like, if you guys really think about it, like it's because he's 5'6" and he's fighting at fucking middleweight. Like, if you're 5'6" fighting at middleweight, like my God, it's just crazy to me how this guy is 5'6". Winn actually is a former, I'm pretty sure a former college D1 wrestler. He might be an Olympian wrestler, but like he has 36 takedown attempts on 19 landed, 52%, and has 28% control time on those 19 takedowns. And Marquez has actually attempted 5. He hasn't landed one. But guys, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, Marquez has just I terrible. And my God, terrible takedown defense at 53% and getting control 31% of the time. And like, even just you just look at the stats and you just look at the guys who are taking him down. Like, to me, like Maki Patala went out there. Russell fuck this guy. Never has done it. And Rogan would just kept repeating, I can't believe we've never seen Maki go out there and just wrestle. And he's looking like a complete new fighter. Yeah, he's looking like a new fighter, Rogan, because Julian Marquez, that's just how you beat him. Julian Marquez can't defend a takedown to save his life, guys. I'm sorry. But you just watch him, he just gets repetitive. He gets taken down and taken down, but what does the guy not stop doing? He doesn't stop walking you down. He will just keep walking you down. And the problem for him in this fight is he's going to walk forward. He leaves himself open to a double leg at almost every time at range when he's striking because he just walks forward. He doesn't really like to strike you at range. So I don't think Marquez. I think what Marquez is going to have to do for the first time ever in his career is maybe wait and be patient because you're going to leave yourself open if you just walk forward and like you're just walking forward, throwing strikes, and you were leaving yourself open to the double leg. Because Winn will realize and he will shoot and he will get it. Like, guys, Winn has 5 fights under his belt in UFC now. So if people are going to question his fight IQ, I would not question it because we know what wrestlers bring to the table in the UFC. Like when they're like, I'm pretty sure their matches. I don't know. Like they only have like 2 rounds of cardio, maybe like a round and a half. But like Wynn's cardio to me isn't terrible. Like Wynn's been to decision. Like guys, Winn has never been finished in under 1.5. So like I don't think like people are really thinking like guys. Did you guys watch Wynn's last fight against Phil Hawes and just all the elbows at close range that Phil Hawes was landing? Like this guy was not going down. Like Winn ate a beating. He ate. I actually had Phil Hawes by KO in that fight, and like it was just getting me angry that Winn wouldn't go down. Like the guy has heart, guys. Like I'll tell you that right now. Like him and his price tag right now, like at least you know you're gonna get him out there and he's gonna fight for your money because he will like continually try to grapple this guy. And like when you look at the guys who Marquez is getting taken down, guys, like in the contender series fight against Phil Hawes when Phil Hawes was like a baby coming into the UFC, like Phil Hawes was able to just do it in round one and just like and what did Marquez do? He got his ass kicked in round one, came from behind, and ended up knocking the guy out. With a nasty head kick. That was disgusting. And lost a decision to Jericho. And like the Jericho, that fight, like the Jericho was even able to just get this guy down. And like he was able to get controlled by the Jericho, which was just terrible. Like 205 seconds getting controlled in that fight. And Jericho is not even a wrestler, guys. Maki Patillo, which like it 547 seconds. Maki Patillo had 543 seconds of control time. He death gassed himself and got choked out. Okay. Next fight against Sam Alvey. No win against Sam Alvey. Smiling Sam will just like never impress me. And my God, remember the last time we saw Sam Alvey and his whole family was there and he got absolutely baptized in front of his family? What were you doing? I'm just gonna stop. It's like, what were you doing? What were you doing? Bring like 4 of Sam Alvey's kids. He's plus 500. Like I don't know if his wife knew how betting odds worked, like, or if that was his mom. I don't remember who it was, but like, if your dad is like plus 500, why would you bring them to the Apex Center on like a 7-fight losing streak? Like, is it gonna motivate Sam? I don't know, but Marquez was lighting up Sam Alvey. I remember, like, he was putting Sam Alvey on his back foot bad, but like able to choke Sam Alvey out. It was kind of like a bulldog choke. I don't really agree with it being like a rear naked choke, but like I love how Marquez's submission game. He consistently just hunts the head for submissions whenever people shoot double legs on him. But like to me, like, and even in the Rodriguez fight, I mean, RoboCop guys is sensational. He could possibly be top 15 if he wins his next fight. Like he kicked the crap. Marquez ate a beating in that fight. And credit to him for just keep walking forward and just continuing to fight. Like they wouldn't stop the fight and wouldn't call the fight and he wouldn't tap his strikes. He just kept walking forward and throwing overhands. But what really is alarming to me is like I would hope Marquez's training camp is like based on just defending the takedown. I really would because it's pretty crazy because Winn isn't like bad on the feet, guys. He's not terrible. He's 5 fights in now, and he has experience. Like he will be able to maybe use his experience on the feet of how he's had 5 fights in the UFC now, but like he will walk down and he will continue to throw, and he knows how to shoot really good entries. Like I do really like what Winn brings in round one. I think it's extremely tough to finish this guy too. Like it took Hawes basically 2 rounds and over like almost 100 significant strikes to finish this guy. And like I don't like Marquez's cardio, guys, is like I wouldn't say it's insane, but people are gonna say it's good. But like I feel like his cardio is like urgent of when he's getting taken down and when he sees a headlock. Like his cardio is urgent to me in certain times when he sees openings. Like I don't see him coming out like bull rushing Winn. Because if he bull rushes Winn, he just leaves himself open to the takedown repetitively. Like Winn shot 3 takedowns in his UFC debut, shot 15, landed 6, 2 landed 1. And that fight was against Mearshart. Why the hell would you want to shoot takedowns against Mearshart? I don't know why you would want to. And he shot 16 against Antonio Arroyo and just completely destroyed Arroyo. And it was a little bit even hard for like Buckley to get down Arroyo too. I know Buckley's not like a wrestler, but like it was hard for Buckley to get him down. And Winn was just taking this guy down with ease and just controlling him. And his cardio really proved to me in that spot. And like he has been training a long time off. That fight was in 2020. Came back against Hawes. Like Phil Hawes, guys. Like I think to come back against a year and a half against Phil Hawes is an extremely tough fight. And like what Hawes brings way better than Marquez is able to defend a takedown. And on the film, I have just not seen Marquez able to stop at any will of how to defend a takedown. And it's crazy to me how he hasn't seen a base wrestler ever in the UFC yet. And he's over like a minus 170 favorite. Like, I see people like really like laying like minus 170, laying units down on Marquez. Like, he's just going to completely kick the shit out of Winn. Because if you think that's going to happen, it's not going to happen. Winn is a dog, guys. And you're getting a wrestler who throws the same amount of significant strikes. Only difference on the feet is the power to Marquez, which I give him. Will like keep himself close on the feet. And if he gets this fight to the ground and he controls this guy, it's gonna gas Marquez. Marquez was getting controlled by Patillo badly. Patillo's not even like a wrestler base. He's not a control guy. And like Winn is a control guy. And with all that weight like laying on top of Marquez, like it's gonna be a lot. And it's gonna affect Marquez late in the fight. Because guys, I'm telling you now, like the over 2.5 is plus 115 on Bet Online. I love the over 1.5. If we this over 1.5, I think it's gonna hit in like just multiple ways. Because like you guys have a guy in Winn who is if he gets this fight to the ground, he's not submitting Marquez. He is not going to submit Marquez. He is a position over submission guy. And like Winn took an ass whooping against Hawes, and he's way more technical and accurate than Marquez. And Marquez really hasn't faced any threat of a straight Olympian wrestler. Has multiple ways of getting the takedowns. And like Winn has 4 fights on his belt now, guys, and he keeps getting smarter with his approaches and maintaining his cardio. And like Marquez has to stand at range. He has to stand at range, guys, in order to start the fight. So we can see how Winn's entries are with the takedowns. And if Winn gets him down, he's not going to submit Marquez, and he will just lay on top of him, like 100%. And let's say if Winn gets gassed in round 2, guys, like I don't even think Marquez is going to be able to finish Winn, as like it was insanely hard for Phil Hawes to finish him. And let's say if Winn like even gets him down in the second round to start, he's not submitting this guy. So I really think like a juicy way to play this fight is the over 1.5 parlayed with Deron Winn money line. I don't know, like DraftKings doesn't have the odds for this out yet, but like I think that's a smart way to play this because I don't see Winn knocking this guy out. I don't see Winn submitting this guy at all. And I just see like Marquez like taking his time. Like he just got knocked out insanely badly in 3 minutes, guys. I would like he needs to approach smarter. And I think lots of people are on violence, guys. And you guys know me. I'm not an over guy. And I love violence, but I don't like it here at all. And I don't like the juice on Marquez one bit. And I'm gonna actually check right now and maybe see if they came out with the over 1.5 yet. And I'm gonna let you guys know. I want to see what this money line is out on Winn. You can get Winn. Nope, they don't have the over 1.5 out yet, but they do have Winn at plus 148 on Bet Online. That's the best line you guys can get. Like, I just think even half a unit shot. He gets this guy on the ground, guys. Like, he's gonna control him. Like, Marquez isn't gonna get up. I hope you guys understand, and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, what if Marquez stops the takedown? He hasn't shown me that he can even stop a takedown on the film. And he hasn't seen an approach of the takedown in about over 2 years now. So, and he got, Patillo was able to just, Patillo looked like he was a D1 wrestler and won a gold medal in the Olympics taking down Marquez. Marquez got a lucky choke. And to lay minus 170 on a guy like this, just because you think he's going to kick his ass on the feet, I just don't see it, because I see Winn even maintaining himself on the feet and possibly trying to keep himself in the fight and getting the takedown and getting the minutes on the ground and managing himself on the feet so he can win a couple of minutes on the feet so he can win a decision. But we don't even know what the hell these judges are going to do, guys. But my best bet is the over 1.5 whenever it opens. It might be one of my bigger bets on this card. And yeah, is it going to be terrifying? Yeah, because it's Julian Marquez, but he gets taken down. This over is it's just given, and you're just laying juice. I don't even like the under 2.5 and minus 150. A terrible price. I would not lay that at all. So yeah, guys, my pick to win this fight is going to be Winn by decision. I'm going to see what that comes out at too. Plus 335 on 5 dimes right now. It's just a crazy price. And yeah, I'm picking Winn to win this fight by decision. I might be getting to a bet on Winn, but I want to see what DraftKings gives on the same game parlay on Winn. So, because I just think it's a great look. I think you get that plus 148, and maybe they open the over 1.5 on minus 155 range. Probably get that parlay around plus 245, plus 250 range. So I think that's just juice. So yeah, guys, I'm picking Winn to win this fight by decision. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys are checking me out at MMA_Propaholic on Twitter. Drop a like, drop a comment in the section below, and peace out, guys.